We've got the ZTE Miracle Wi-Fi 6 router with 7 decibel ultra high gain antennas, 4 of them, a sleek design so you can put it into your living space and kind of match your scenery. Dual broadband aggregation, easy mesh so you can hook it up with mesh devices and get more coverage around your house, and NFC one-touch connection. I do have to mention that I did get this product from ZTE. I did not get any sponsorship for it. All opinions are of my own, so what you see is what you get right here. I do have a review page that you can check out to find out all my policies and procedures when it comes to taking a look at these cool technology products. The AX3000 features Qualcomm's dual-core 64-bit CPU network acceleration engine and a 12-thread network processor. This increases computing power and ensures fast speed, low latency, and stable connection. The ZTE AX3000 Pro can reach 3,000 megabits per second at its peak, which is 166% faster than Wi-Fi 6 AX1800 and 250% faster than Wi-Fi 5 AC1200 with better coverage. With 512 megabytes of RAM and 256 megabytes of ROM, you can connect up to 256 devices to this device. You can manage home networks through the ZTE Link app or via browser page. Now, equipped on the AX3000 are 4 7 dBi antennas for coverage around your home. Wi-Fi 6 can be implemented to run 2.4 and 5 GHz signals concurrently. The ZTE AX3000 Pro supports easy mesh networking technology and can be easily extended with just a single click. Intelligent NFC is available for one-touch connection, so you can connect without passwords and long string names. The Miracle Series router won the Good Design Award in 2021 for its sleek look, and the ZTE AX3000 Pro is the perfect embodiment of art and technology, resulting in a totally unique design and a product that is both functional and pleasing to the eye. And the best part is the AX3000 Pro is available at an MSRP of $99.99. Now let me talk for a minute about the Wi-Fi 6, because there's 2 different Wi-Fis out there. You have Wi-Fi 6 and you have Wi-Fi 6E. What Wi-Fi 6 does is it manages your 2.4 gigahertz and your 5 gigahertz network. So a Wi-Fi 5 would have the 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz, but they'd run separately. With this router right here, the Wi-Fi 6 actually can have one signal or one SSID and can flip back between 5 gigahertz and 2.4. So let's say your TV runs on the 5 gigahertz network. You have a security camera that runs at 2.4 gigahertz. Use the same SSID and password, and it all manages right here. So you don't have to have 2 different SSIDs and passwords for it. Wi-Fi 6E, on the other hand, is a third band that runs at 6 gigahertz. A lot of devices still don't have Wi-Fi 6E in just yet. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed. So we'll go ahead and take that off. Pop this open. There we go. So what we have here, we start with, we got a little instruction manual that seems to be in French. I'm assuming one somewhere in here is English. There we go. There's the English starter guide. So it's kind of halfway. Actually, it's in the middle. So if you do this and you fold this book, look at that. Now you've got the English version. This is just extra cards and stuff like that. We got the router here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. 2 cords. First one is the power cord right there. And then the second one is an Ethernet cable. Looks like a Cat 5e. Yeah, it's a Cat 5e cable. So perfect. That's what you need to connect up to your internet modem. And then here is the main unit right here. And then we'll take this out of the packaging. Kind of looks like a, rack of ribs. So as you can see, it tips up. It does not turn left or right. It doesn't. All it does is one direction. That's up. These are 7 dBi. So, but you can angle them a little bit if you need to get to a far end of a room. So let's say you're trying to get this one over to a bedroom. So you can turn this a little bit so it's pointed at the whatever bedroom or whatever, and you can kind of point these in these directions. I believe that's a little LED light right there. We'll find out when we plug this in. There is nothing on the bottom. We might have our SSID. Looks like we have a reset button actually on the bottom. And of course, this is an all vented system, so you want to put this on a hard surface and enough place for this to vent out properly. On the back here, this is where all the magic happens. We've got a power in, this button that you hold in for WPS connection. And then we have 4 different plugs. Now, Ethernet plugs. Now, this one has a blue mark on it. This is where you would plug in your modem or another switch or something like that. And then you'd have 3 places to plug in a laptop or another computer. And a really cool feature is dual WAN. So the first 2 plugs can be used for 2 different internets. I'll show you later. Now we got this unboxed. Let's go ahead and set it up and plug it in. There's going to be 2 ways that we will be able to connect this up. One is through your phone. We'll do the phone connection. The other one is through a web browser. We have the app set up. We now have this plugged in. There we go. We got a red light blinking because it hasn't found any of the internet or anything like that. We are not connecting it up to an internet signal just yet. Basically, it's saying it needs to find connected devices up here. All right, so we see the ZTE AX3000 right there. And it's going to say, we need a password. So we now have it connected up here. So we're going to go back to the app and it says we're connected. There we go. So it's asking for a router password on the bottom of the unit. We've got our IP address, we got our gateway address, and it's been active for 16 seconds. So we are connected. We can share it out if we want to. If we have more than one of these AX3000s, we can connect them up. All right, we got the computer up and we logged in by just going over to the IP address, the main IP address. It's asking for the login password. That was the one on the bottom there. So let's go ahead and press that. So right now we've got the network cable plugged into the device, as you see there, but there is nothing plugged into the LAN or your internet. One on the far left, the one that had that blue line, like I said, is the one that's going to plug into the network. So we're going to say continue anyway. We can set up a dynamic or a static IP connection mode. We're just going to leave it at dynamic. We're going to hit next. We're going to give it our network SSID. And it does ask about NFC switch, so we're going to hit next. The Wi-Fi is restarting. If I was to plug this in the network, which I'm going to do next, that probably will then we'll probably have an update. So there we go. We're connected up. We're via the laptop through a hardwire, but we can definitely also use the Wi-Fi to get to this router as well. All right, here's a fun little thing that the ZTE Miracle router can do. This is a second internet connection, and I have what's called a dual WAN router. This is also a dual WAN router, allows me to set that up. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to plug this cable into the router, and you need to plug it right next to the initial one. So the one with the blue line and then the one after that. That would make the dual WAN connection. You go into here, into your interface, and then you go to My Router and you go to Dynamic IP, hit Settings. Up here, you're going to see a thing that says Single WAN. And if we do the drop down, we can see multi-WAN. We're going to go ahead and hit that and hit apply. What's going to happen is it's going to say the device will have to be restarted. We're going to say yes. It's going to take a minute as it restarts the device, and we'll see that through the router. That LED will start to blink red and then, of course, white. And we'll be able to use the network using both of my internet connections. Now, keep in mind, I haven't found a way to control it, so I can't say all of the Netflix stuff goes through Internet 1. All of my Zoom stuff will go through Internet 2, so I have no way to control that. It also doesn't mean that I can upload things faster. Sending packets in 2 different directions, they don't meet at the same time at the destination. If I'm uploading a video per se, it'll most likely go choose one of the 2 connections to do the upload and then stick with that. And if you did disconnect the other network, I would guess that it's not going to shift over. But once again, I haven't seen any functionality that says that it can do that. So now that I'm logged back in, we have the router. Now we have 2 dynamic IPs here. And if we hit settings, it now says that we are in multi-LAN with WAN 3 dynamic IP and WAN 4 dynamic. You can also set it to a static IP. To check to see where you are, go to status information right here. It says that we've got a WAN LAN port 3 status and port 4 status. We'll hit the detail information. We've got an IP address from our LAN 3 and we've got an IP address from our LAN 4. And then one more thing to look at is this net surfing right here. It does show us our download and our upload speeds for both WANs. Of course, for being a router under $100, it's doing its job in passing through data, whether it be through wireless or through wired connection. Now, some of the pros. That multi-LAN support is pretty decent. So if you want to bring in 2 different internets or 2 different networks into this router, you can do that. I don't find a way that you can control it, which could be a slight con right there. The other thing is the easy WPS support. Activate the whole WPS by holding the button down for 2 seconds, and you can get your mesh network up and running. Some of the cons on the router, you don't have any groove holes, so you can put it onto a wall via screws. So I think it's got to be set on a surface. There are 4 jacks and up to 2 of them can be taken up by the WAN, which means that you only have 2 Ethernet jacks for computers. There is no USB port, so you can't connect up a external hard drive to do any type of transfer of files. Slight con is it's not Wi-Fi 6E, it's just a Wi-Fi 6, which, like I said, bonds 5 and 2.4 together, so you only have one SSID to use. If that doesn't bother you too much, then this is perfect. But if you really wanted to utilize that 6 gigahertz frequency, then you'll want to get a 6E router. And then the MAC IP bind, when I connected up my computer to make sure it's got the exact same IP address from the router every time, I had to manually type in the MAC address and the IP address. There was no table from the router where I could find the MAC address and the IP address to easily bring it over and give it a static IP from there. With that said, if you're not using the Ethernet jacks, you just want the Wi-Fi connection, and you're just a family of 2 or 4 that uses it for email, that uses it for streaming, that uses it for surfing the web, the ZTE Miracle AX3000 will be a great router. But what do you think? What do you guys have for a router out there? What's your favorites? Have you tried the ZTE? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell so you know when the next video comes out. Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. Thanks a lot for watching. We got a lot of great videos coming very soon, so definitely subscribe. Thank you once again. Until next time, you guys geek out and surf on.